welcome to APTT with Ms. Moore, Ms. Zachariah, and Ms. Miranda. You might be wondering, what is APTT? Well, it stands for Academic Parent-Teacher Team Meeting, a partnership between the student family and the school. These meetings inform about students' academic progress in relation to their peers. They reinforce ideas at home that are learned at school, and of course, they strengthen the partnership between guardians and teachers.
One shared goal is to focus on communication. To support the partnership between school and home, please keep your child's teachers informed about family changes that may affect your child and read information that is sent home. If questions come up throughout the school year, please contact your child's teacher or school staff. Please be sure to read the information sent home from the school. Please be sure to conference with your child's teachers. Please keep your child's teacher informed of any changes throughout the school year. Provide the school with the best way to keep you current and up to date.
So something that we're going to be mailing to everybody is your parent and family engagement policy / the student compact. So we're just going to really quickly go over what that means. And it's a lot of information that we're about to throw at you, so just bear with us for a second. So one of the strong components of the Title I program is the parent-school relationship. Each campus works with families to support student success by offering multiple parent involvement opportunities throughout the school year. But before you volunteer, make sure that you have a complete criminal background check done, and that helps to keep our students safe at school. And you can find the volunteer information at the link Elgin ISD Volunteers. And we're going to push out this presentation with active links so that you can click there and get there pretty easily. Make sure that you review the written parent and family engagement policy and the school parent compact. So let me just show you really quickly what those are going to look like when you get them. Don't worry, I'm not going to read every word. So this is just an example and explanation of what the engagement and participation could look like this year, especially since things are so different. Most important thing I wanted to point out is that communication is two ways and is important for academic success. In order for your kids to do well and for us to do our jobs to the best of our abilities, we want to be able to talk with you and partner with you to help our kiddos out. And then this year, something new, we are hosting annual meetings during this fall semester. And that's just to help inform the families of the schools about participation requirements and benefits of Title I. So you can look on the school calendar to see when those meetings will be, and you can kind of glance through this and read it so that you know what's going on. And then you're also in the mail going to get the school parent compact. So let me go through this really quickly. So this is kind of a pledge that all of us are going to sign. So it's going to be your kiddo, us, the teachers, you, the parent, and our principal. And it's just an agreement as to what we are going to do to help your child be the best that they can. So as parents, you'll read through these bullets and then you'll sign and date. Your kiddo needs to read through this one, and this is where their signature goes. So you don't need to sign every single line here. And then we, the teachers, we're going to sign off on providing opportunities for parent involvement, demonstrating care and concern for students, being safe with them, all those teacherly things. And then our principal will also sign off. So this is our group agreement of how we are going to be the absolute best for your kiddos, because that's what we want. This compact also describes the roles of parents to help develop, review, and update those documents, and then the policy and compact, as well as the district improvement plan, DIP, and the campus improvement plan and the CIP. Those all describe the roles of the parents, and we would love to get your input as well. So if you see something that you think should be added, by all means, please reach out to us. The parent and family engagement program. So the policy includes convening an annual meeting and providing a flexible number of meetings. So we've actually already met once. If you'd like to join in those meetings, you can reach out to me, Miss Miranda, because I'm on that committee, and I can let you know about dates and whatnot. It helps involve parents in an organized, ongoing, and timely way in the planning, review, evaluation, and improvement of the parent and family engagement policy and program. So you can let us know what you think would be the best way to get other families involved. And then providing timely information about said activities. And along with the parent and family engagement program, it's also providing information to parents about curriculum and assessment. So it's not just about being engaged, but also what your kiddos are learning. And then if you request it, we can provide additional meetings with parents to discuss the decisions for the education of their child. So these are just some of the ways that we're trying to connect with you guys to be active here at the school. The Student Success Compact is between the parents, students, and school, and it outlines the responsibility of each. That's what we just looked at. And it should be reviewed and signed by the parent and the child. And that's done at the parent-teacher conferences usually, but this year, since things are done, I believe we're going to be mailing it out for everybody. That could change. A lot of things are flexible right now. At the moment, we're going to be mailing them. All right, I'm going to let Miss Moore take it away.
Awesome. So I thought it would be helpful to walk you through a typical day in math. So typical is kind of an unusual word given we are in a very atypical situation. So all of our students, whether they are in person or online, they start the day with a warm-up. Only 1 or 2 questions, and it's a spiral review. We always provide the correct answers. I don't typically use those as a grade in gradebook, but I do check them to see if there are areas that we need to work on, and I need to connect with the child. Lesson. So the lesson has instructional videos, songs, practice questions. I'm sure that you've seen your kiddos dancing around to all of my crazy videos. The practice questions are typically included in the graded assignment for the week, and I give all of those answers. So if your student is doing the lesson, then they should definitely be getting a good grade on the graded assignments. For the assignments each day, I have 2 graded assignments per week, and those are done on a Google form. So they have 10 questions twice a week. They are provided with those answers after they submit their assignment. The other days of the week, they have practice assignments, and depending on the day, sometimes those are Education Galaxy, quizzes, STEM scopes, or the Google Slide that I've created. And then they are required to do 15 minutes of fact fluency practice per day through Reflex. So what is Reflex? Fact fluency practice. So it's a really cool game that they play, and it helps that memorization so that they know their multiplication and division facts. They have been, in 3rd grade, they worked a lot on their addition and subtraction facts. So 4th grade is really focused on multiplication and division. You can see that already we've seen quite a bit of growth across the 4th grade level. So starting at 11.7%, and we're already at 34.1%, and they've only been doing Reflex for a few weeks. So that's pretty good. Education Galaxy. So Education Galaxy in math will allow them to be able to practice some of the concepts that we've learned. I don't typically take these for a grade, but I do check to see that they've actually gone in there and worked. The really great thing about Education Galaxy is if they get a question wrong, then alien explanation pops up, and so it will help walk them through the correct answer. Why was that the correct answer, and how can they solve it? And then for every correct answer, they get to play a game, which is a really nice reward for them. And then teacher help. So I am live every day from 1:45 to 2:40. They can get assistance on any topic in math. What I typically find is students that are buzzing in are usually for that day's assignments, but I'm happy to help with anything else that they're struggling with. And know that anytime that your student receives a score that is less than a 70, I'm actually making an extra video that's going over some strategies, and I am sending them a private message that has that video, so to be able to get those corrections and those grades done. So how to help at home. The biggest thing that we have noticed is that some of the kiddos are not doing the lesson. So because it's not for a grade, it's the actual lesson where we're teaching the content. They're just opening it and then they're clicking turn in. And so without learning all of the concepts, then they're not getting a very good grade on the graded assignment or the unit assessment. So making sure that they're doing all of the activities and reviewing all of the videos of the lesson. And then for corrections, I let them correct anything that they want to that is less than a 70%. So they get a separate video, they get all of the answers. I've sent them a video on how to do those corrections, where to check for them. So please, I want them to do it. I want them to practice and I want them to learn so that they are ready for their unit assessment. And then practice. Please make sure they're doing reflex. Please make sure they're doing Education Galaxy. And then the final thing is word choices. So please don't tell your students that they're just bad at math or you were bad at math. We need to have positive feedback. So it's, hey, I know that you're having a hard time right now, but hard work, you just keep practicing and you'll get it, I promise you. So that would be very helpful. And then how to contact me. So if you do not have Class Dojo, all three of us are on Class Dojo, and you can message any one of us. So please definitely send us an email or call us, and we're happy to add you to that because we send generic messages along with individual messages. Woo! All right, thanks for hanging in there.
All righty, a typical day in reading. We start with our morning work, just like in math. We practice and apply previously learned skills, usually the ones from the day before, and then we move on to our reading comprehension lesson. We focus on 1 to 2 TEKS or skills, just to hone in on strengthening their reading ability, and then we add some guided practice in there. That way they can apply those skills taught. And then we have our read aloud. Typically, I make each one of these a separate Google slide. There are times when I will combine the reading comprehension lesson and the read aloud in one slide, but usually they're separate. In the read aloud, it is based on a specific genre. Our modules are 3 weeks each, and so we have a genre that we focus on for each module. And we kind of start with predicting what they think the book is going to be about based on, if it's informational text or a drama. And then we apply the skills that were taught in the comprehension lesson to that read aloud, and they have some embedded questions there to answer. And I do not give an assignment every day. When they do get an assignment, it is graded. And I typically do not label it as graded because I don't want them to think, oh, this is the only thing that I really need to do. I want them to know that everything that we do is important. This one just so happens to be for a grade. And I think it's definitely more important that they learn those reading skills rather than, just going for the grade. Capstone is a virtual library that we have here at the school. And this is where they can find whatever books, just like if they were to go into our school's library, whatever interests them. Our username is Neidig, password is books. It is very easy for them to navigate. And then we have HMH. This is where most of our read alouds come from. I really like HMH in the read alouds because it allows them to follow along as the words are highlighted and read to them. So it really helps with their fluency. And so if they read too fast or if they're, a slower reader, it helps them get the right pace for that book. And it also helps with fluctuation of their sentences. And when it comes to teacher help, like Mrs. Moore said, we are live every day from 1:45 to 2:40. We want the children to advocate for themselves. We want them to realize, hey, I know how to look for my missing assignments, or I know that I didn't do so hot on this assignment. I need to go and ask for help. And so we are there just for that reason. We also they're able to go back to any of the lessons that they've received from the very first day of school up until this point. And so if they're not available at the time that we're on live, or if they want to go over it with you, they can go back to those assignments in Google Classroom. And how you can help at home. Yes, we want to make sure that those lessons are not blank. We want to ensure that the students are turning in quality work, and that way we know what they need help on. They also get the chance to do corrections. What we do with the test corrections is we take the test corrections and the test grade, average them out, and unless the score is lower on the test corrections, to get a higher score. So they have the ability, or they have the chance to do these assignments, like the everyday assignments, corrected, and they also have the chance to do the test corrections. We want to practice reading. You can read any and everything. Cereal boxes, magazines, street signs, text messages, the back of a can. It doesn't matter. We want to practice reading everything. And we want to also make sure that they know that reading is fun. It is not a punishment. It's not you get your game taken away, so now you have to go read. It's none of that. It's not a chore. We want to make sure that it is engaging and fun. It's something you can do with it as a family. And I know that Mrs. Moore and her family, they read books together and they go out and they buy, books as a family. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful idea. So we definitely want to make sure that the kids know that reading is a positive thing. It's a good thing. And you can also find us on Flash Dojo. And here's my email if you need to reach me there. Thank you. On to Miss Miranda.
All right, so we are almost done. So you're going to hear a lot of the same things from me as well. My class is just a little bit different because I have 3 different subjects that they're doing with me. So our schedule is Monday and Tuesday, they have social studies and writing. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, they have science and writing. So we will be doing writing every single day. 4th grade, we do take the Writing Star test at the end of the school year. That is still scheduled to happen. So we are definitely going to be practicing. Your kiddo should be writing every single day. If you're at home, you should see that writer's notebook coming out every single day. So for my class structure, we do start with the warm-up as well, and it's always going to be some type of grammar review. There's usually a mini lesson and then 1 to 2 questions for them to answer, and then I use all 5 of those as a grade for each week. The lessons could include instructional videos and songs, just like Miss Moore and Miss Zachariah. There might be something for them to read. The writing test will have a reading passage still, so reading is very important in every single subject. They should have daily writing in their writer's notebook, and then they're supposed to be posting a picture of their writing each day. So if you have composition books at home that are completely blank, you want to check in on their writing grade because they've got a lot of missing things now. There's also going to be practice questions for science and writing, grammar questions specifically, and then, of course, our science content, and then teacher-led experiments, which I have very exciting information. Big shout out to Mrs. Moore because she has set up that we are going to be mailing out a packet to every single student at home with materials for science experiments. So it's very exciting. So I'll be able to say, go to your science bag, take out these tools, and they'll be able to do the experiment with me from home. So we are in the process right now. We're waiting for everything to get here. We're going to get all that together. And if your kiddo has decided to stay home after the 19th, that's going to be mailed directly to them. And then for assignments for writing, I'm taking 2 graded assignments per week. Mine is kind of similar to Miss Zacharia's. I don't necessarily say which one is graded. And I do that because in writing, they might start a composition on Monday and they don't publish it until Friday. So every day is important for them to be doing it, and they need to put their best effort into everything that they're doing for writing. And then science and social studies will only be 1 graded assignment per week. For science, they can use Education Galaxy as well. They have not done science with me in Education Galaxy yet, but it is coming. So they're going to be able to go on and do the exact same thing they do with math, but for science. So that's good. And their username and password is NES and then their lunch number. So very easy for them to remember. And like we've already talked about, self-advocation is very important for our students since they're at home. If there's something that they don't get, they can get on with me from 1:45 to 2:40, whether it's science, social studies, or writing. No matter the day of the week, I'll be on there to help them out. And then their assignments can also be reviewed or rewatched or reread anytime that they want to click back to it. I know we're not really loving virtual school right now, but it is really nice because they have everything that we are going to teach them to where they can re-click or rewatch or redo, and it's just there at their fingertips, as opposed to, oh, I missed what she said and now it's gone. So they have everything that they need right there in front of them. So that is really nice. And then how to help from home, like they've said, definitely not turning in things blank. Specifically for me, like I've said, some students aren't completing their daily writing, so you want to make sure that you see them in their writer's notebook once every single day, pretty much. And that can really affect their grades if they're not turning that in, because that is a daily grade. So if they missed one whole week, that's 5 small grades that add up to 1, and they've missed them, and that's hard to catch back up on. Corrections are very similar. If they get something under a 70, they can make corrections and it can be bumped up to a 70. If it's anything from a 70 to an 89, they can make corrections and bring it up 1 whole letter grade. And then my word choice that I want to talk about was the yet. If they're having trouble, we don't want to say, oh, I don't know it. We want to add that yet onto it. I don't know it yet. I can't do that yet. I don't understand yet, just to really emphasize that they're going to get there if they put the work in. Practice makes progress. And then we're not expecting you guys to be teachers. That's why we're here for you. But we definitely desperately need your help from home. Communicate with us. Let us know how it's going. Talk to your kiddos. Ask how it's going. Look over their work if you want to, and then check in with us. So very quickly, this was sent out, I think the first or second week of school. But if you're curious about what their grade means, if it's an A, anything from a 90 to 100, that tells us, the teacher, they understand it, it's neat and complete, and they're ready for something new. If it's a B, that means they mostly understand. It's either mostly neat and complete, but they might need to practice a few things. If we're down at a C, that means I still understand some. Remember, we're thinking about positive growth mindsets, but they do need to ask questions and they're still learning. And then if it's a 69 or below, again, they don't understand yet. They're going to get there. They're still learning. They need more practice and they need to ask for help. So we never look at a child and think that they are their grades. They're not their grades to us, but this helps them understand what their grades mean. And then, of course, best way to reach me is on Class Dojo. All 3 of us are on there. We're really trying to get 100% of parents connected that way. I mean, we send out mass reminders. There's a lot of information on the Class Dojo. So if you have not connected, or if you are connected but don't have it on your phone or easy access, please get connected. And you can let us know if you need the link resent. You can also email us. There's my email on the screen. And I think that about wraps it up. We good, teachers? Anything else we want to add? We thank you guys so much for watching and participating with us. We love working with your kiddos. They're really awesome. Let us know if you have any other questions. Bye, everybody.